Yeah, the Great British Banger, something that we all adore. It features in 3.7 million meals every day in this country. And I think everybody, including vegetarians, loves a sausage. You know, they even made veggie ones and corn ones and God knows what else. What I'm here to rant about is the sort of lower end of the spectrum. The sort of insipid looking, weird, smushy kind of sausages that you get in a really bad greasy spoon. And I'm going to hopefully put you off them for life. A really good sausage should be made of predominantly pork shoulder and pork belly. Plenty of fat. No lard, I'm afraid. But those two cuts give you flavour and texture for a really good sausage. Add a little bit of water, maybe a bit of rusk or some breadcrumbs, a little bit of seasoning. That's what a sausage should contain. The other end of the spectrum, I'm afraid, does not reflect what I've just said in any way, shape or form. The Food Standards Agency declares that a sausage, this is where I'll start, needs to contain 35% meat. Okay? Only 35% meat in order for something to be called a sausage. If someone dares call it a pork sausage, it needs to be 42%, I believe. Now, that original sausage we were talking about with 35% meat, a lot of that can be fat, if they want it to be. And then they can also declare on the ingredients, pork fat. And the meat that we're talking about, I haven't declared where it's from on the animal yet either. And this is where it starts to get really dodgy. So you can actually buy, and it's funny, I get strange emails from weird companies about this sort of stuff. It's called Polyblock Pork Rind and Fat. It comes frozen, and you buy it by the ton. Okay? Now that can be used to make your sausage, and it can constitute your 35% meat. Okay? So what we've got already is something which really doesn't resemble meat at all. Then, if you want to, you can add pure pork fat, or in fact lard. Nick, he's not listening now. And you can make your sausage apparently meatier. So what we actually have here is a sausage which doesn't contain any discernible piece of animal at all. This is rendered down, quite often mechanically retrieved mush. Now, when you render that down and when you mush it up, it is a horrible kind of grey colour. So those lovely sausages that you get in, you know, the sort of little chef type places are wonderfully kind of nice porky pink, aren't they? Any idea how to get porky pink? Yeah, there is a flavour in colour that's, you know, sausage pink. And they just add that into the horrible grey mush in order to give you your sausage. Still sounding appealing, isn't it? Now, I read a white paper a little while ago when I was writing a feature about sausages. And there was a particular case which is going to, I hope, probably make you cry or at least stop making your child eat school dinners, because they went to a school and they analysed the sausages that the children were eating in this school. And if we go back to the original thing, 35% meat makes a sausage, okay? Now, the sausages that were fed to the children in the school, and this is pretty shocking, contained 50% meat. Great, 50% meat, all right? But 30% of that was pork fat when analysed. Fat, not meat, fat. And then 20% turned out it was mechanically recovered chicken. And this is a sausage, okay? So not all sausages are pork sausages, even though they may seem it, they're not. They even found lamb in this sausage. Again, mechanically retrieved sheep, lamb. What they also found that the water content was almost 20%, and they found that there was about 30% rusk. Add to that 5% of artificial colourings, preservatives and flavourings, and you have a concoction that will make your children bounce off walls in classrooms. It will also probably give them a pretty bad stomach, and it will also, you know, make them put on more weight than they even dreamed about putting on. So I have to say, look, you know, we look at a pack of sausages and we think, no, they're just sausages. They're fine. They're not. Please study the ingredients of the pork sausage or sausage you're buying to see what on earth they are feeding you. Because as much as you may trust food producers, some are trustworthy and some are not. Our butchers at the food centre work behind a glass window. You can see them making sausages 3 times a week. You can see them putting in the pork belly. You can see them putting in the pork shoulder. You cannot see that in the commercially produced sausage that you buy in a supermarket. And I'm going to end with something that is probably going to shock you even more. You would expect a commercial sausage to be cheap. It's an affordable thing for every family to buy. 3.7 million of us are using them in our meals every day. So, an Irish brand of sausage, who I daren't name, but I'm sure you can guess, begins with an R, sell millions of sausages every year. The meat content in them is so low that they have to call them bangers. They can't even call them sausages. So, the cost of these bangers, £7.49 a kilo. Okay? You may be able to get some lovely deal, 2 for £5 or whatever else, but they still cost £7.49 a kilo. Our sausages made of rare breed Gloucester Old Spot pork with over 80% pork in them, £6.99 a kilo. I rest my case.